G'day guys, I hope you're well. My name is Matt Straight and today I'm going to be showing you how to make my most favourite drink in the world. It's a drink that not only tastes great, but actually has a heap of different health benefits. A drink that can actually ward off depression, can help fight cancers, diabetes. It helps with our gut flora, creating good bacteria. And the drink, of course, that I'm talking about is kombucha. Now you can't make kombucha without having one of these. Now this is called a scoby. Scoby is an acronym for a symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. And as you can see, it's quite an ugly looking thing, almost alien-like. And it is exactly that. It is a mixture of yeast and bacteria which basically eats the sugar and the caffeine that you feed it. It ferments and creates this wonderful drink called kombucha. So normally I wouldn't put sugar in drinks, but the great thing is that the scoby eats the sugar. So you put in 1/4 cup per litre of kombucha mix, and what you actually get at the end when you drink it is about 1/4 of that sugar, because most of it is eaten by this ugly thing here, the scoby. Without a scoby, you cannot make kombucha. There won't be an agent to actually get the thing fermenting. So that's what I'm going to show you today, how to make the scoby from scratch using store-bought kombucha, and then how we're going to brew that into making a nice little scoby, and then we can brew our own kombucha. So I know this is one of my favorite ones. It's an organic kombucha from Aldi, and this costs around about $6 a bottle. So I drink usually about half a bottle a day. Over the course of a week that's going to mount up, and over the course of a year it's around about $2 grand. So by doing this, all it's going to cost you is a couple of tea bags, a little bit of sugar, some hot water, and your scoby. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to need is a vessel to put your kombucha in, which is going to grow your first scoby. So this one here, I've been growing this one for around about 3 months, and what happens is every single ferment that you do, you get another layer of the scoby, and it sort of tops up and tops up. So every now and then I pull some off, and I actually dehydrate it and give that to the dogs to eat, which is great for their gut as well. So I got this from a local department store for $4. It has a lid, but we're not going to use the lid, because if we put the lid on, it's going to kill the bacteria and yeast. So all you need is per litre, we put one herbal tea bag, and I'm using a ginger and lemon tea bag, which I really like the taste of. So two, I try and get organic whenever I can. 2 organic ginger and lemon, 2 green tea, because we're going to be making 2 litres, and 2 black tea. So 2 green tea, 2 black tea, and 2 herbal teas, which is going to give you the flavour. So I'm going to put that into my bowl. And then we want around about 1/4 cup of sugar per litre. So we're going to be making 2 litres to start with, and that's going to give us the fluid that we need to start the next ferment, if that makes sense. So we're going to go 2/4 cups of sugar, and this is just so easy. 2 litres of boiled water. And then we just let that settle there for around about an hour until it cools down, and when it's cold enough we're going to add it to the vessel. So we're going to put, this is a 750 ml bottle of just store-bought kombucha. Beautiful stuff, but expensive, adds up. We're going to put half a bottle of that in there. So within the store-bought kombucha that we have, it already has the culture, the bacteria and yeast that we need, that's going to eat away at the caffeine and the sugar within our tea mix, and it's going to help us create a scoby over the next 2 to 4 weeks. Now it depends on where you live, because the warmer climate that you live in, the faster the scoby will grow. So we'll just let this cool down, and then we're going to add it to our store-bought kombucha and set it away to start growing that scoby. So our tea mixture is now cool, or just sort of lukewarm, it doesn't have to be freezing cold. Now we're going to take the tea bags out and add it to our store-bought kombucha. So sometimes when I'm at home, I just wash my hands and squeeze the tea bags out, because I like to get all the goodness out of them, but it's not entirely necessary. One thing I forgot to tell you before actually is, when you buy a jar like this, make sure you give it a good wash, and you can even wash it out with vinegar as well, which just makes it nice and sterile and a good environment for the scoby to grow. So once we've got all the tea bags out, again that was 2 green tea, 2 black tea and 2 flavoured tea, whichever ones you want to flavour it with. And I'm just going to add that hopefully to the kombucha mix. And that's now pretty much good to go. So the other thing you're going to need is a bit of cloth. Now the cloth that you want needs to be able to breathe. Nothing that's too sort of heavy, but small enough fibres so that small fruit flies and that sort of thing can't get in. And a large rubber band. So we're going to put this around the top, and that's going to seal it off without stopping air coming through, and that's really, really important. Now we need to store this in a nice dark place, somewhere that's not too hot, somewhere between sort of 20 to 24 degrees maximum, that's Celsius. This is going to store away, probably I'm going to check it every week. I'm just going to have a look for a film that will start to gather on the top of there, and that's your scoby. And before long it's going to be like that, and you'll be good to brew. So I'll give you an update in about 7 days. So it's actually been about 10 days. After 5 days I checked the scoby, and there was a small black growth just on the underside of the scoby, which I thought I was going to have to throw away, but I pulled it out, scraped it off, and the actual scoby was okay. So sometimes if there is any bacteria that's in the vessel, which I thought I cleaned it pretty well with vinegar and everything, it could have actually been on one of the tea bags, you just never know. You might get some kind of sort of like a mold, I guess. I scraped it off, washed the scoby with vinegar, and made a new brew with a couple of tea bags and some more sugar. And as you can see, the existing scoby, or the first scoby, is on the bottom there, and there's a little film of a new scoby growing on the top. And I'm quite amazed how quickly it's grown. So 10 days and we've got 2 little scobies, and you can actually peel the top one off and put that into a separate brew and have 2 going at the same time. Probably because it's quite warm here in Queensland at the moment, which is unusual for May, but the warmer the climate, the faster it's going to grow. And although it's been stored in a dark place, in a reasonably cool place, it has grown pretty quick. So now we have the scoby and we have the starter fluid. You now need to brew your next batch, and I would recommend getting a larger vessel. So this is a 10 litre, and definitely one that has a tap as well, so it makes it much easier when you're doing your bottling of your kombucha. So we need to have 100 ml of your starter fluid per litre that you're going to brew of the new brew. This is being a 10 litre vessel. I'm going to retain 1 litre and brew 9 litres. Each litre of new brew, we're going to have 1 black tea, 1 flavoured tea, and 1 green tea per litre, as well as that 100 ml of existing fluid. With the sugar, most people use somewhere between 1/5 to 1/4 of a cup per litre. I go a little bit light on the sugar, and it tends to ferment a little bit quicker as well. And so I use probably around that 1/5 of a cup. So this one here, as you can see, has multiple layers from different brews of kombucha. So the scoby is probably a little bit thick now, and if your scoby is too thick, it starts to eat the caffeine and the sugar a little bit too fast. So I'm going to probably peel off 2 or 3 of the lower layers of the scoby, and we'll either dehydrate that and give it to the dogs, or I'll find someone that needs a scoby to get them started as well. So again guys, it's 100 ml of the starter fluid per litre that you're going to brew, 1 black tea, 1 flavoured tea, and 1 green tea, and somewhere between 1/5 to 1/4 of a cup of sugar. So now you have everything you need to start making your own kombucha from home. All you need is a bottle of store-bought kombucha, some tea bags, and a little bit of sugar. If you've enjoyed this video guys, please like it, and if you'd like to see more recipes and tips in the coming months, please subscribe. Well, stay well, and I hope to see you soon.